She looks like a broken woman, but is it remorse, manipulation, or just the reality of a life sentence settling in? Tonight, Karm, the matriarch of STS, she weighs in as a licensed therapist and as my mother on the psychology of Donna Adelson post verdict.
Welcome to the global phenomenon, Surviving the Survivor. Here's your host, Emmy Award-winning journalist, Joel Waldman.
What's up, STS Nation? Welcome to Surviving the Survivor. This is the show that brings you the very best guests in all of true crime. And today, perhaps the best guests in all the history of Surviving the Survivor. But first, Donna Adelson. She was once the powerful matriarch of her family. She now appears frail, slumped in a wheelchair, awaiting sentencing. We broke it here first on Surviving the Survivor. She was supposed to have a case management hearing on Tuesday. That got pushed to the ether sphere, and instead they're going straight to sentencing from what we understand. This Monday at 3 o'clock, we'll be bringing that to you live with Tim Jansen and the professor, Joe Patudo. But she is awaiting that sentencing for her role in the murder for hire plot that took the life of FSU law professor Dan Markel. Just had an acai bowl, and I've got some of it stuck in there. Here we go. That's usually a Karm COE problem. Without further ado, here she is, the matriarch of the show, Karm. Karm, welcome. How are you, my dear mother?
I'm good.
I didn't see you since last night. You came over. My sister's in town with her husband and her two of her children. She has 5 daughters, my sister. Once again, my sister is the perfect child, has never done anything off the straight and, is it the straight and narrow or straight and arrow? Straight and narrow, I believe. But has Arden ever done anything in her lifetime? Seriously, has she ever done anything that has stunned or shocked you? Yeah.
And Donna Adelson, ta. We are doing Donna Adelson and not your.
I'll tell you what I thought was interesting. You have a new great grandchild, Maya, who's absolutely adorable, and she was ruling the home yesterday. She loved Fred and Ethel, but Arden's husband was not a big fan, and Arden grew up with dogs because we had dogs. I'm very suspect of people who do not love dogs, Karm.
Well, not everybody was raised with dogs.
Yeah, that's a good point. If anyone is afraid of Fred or Ethel, as Steve Cohen says, you need to get a checkup from the neck up. You know this person, Karm. This is Dan Markel.
It should birthday yesterday.
Yeah. And by the way, I'm wearing a Justice for Dan Markel hat. And if you see this shirt, this is one of my favorites ever in the store now. Stay tuned. You know who said that, right, Karm? Just stay tuned.
I know that. I know that. Georgia, twice she said it in the end of 2 trials.
Yeah. Well, Karm, let me ask you this. I did text with Ruth and Phil and Shelly yesterday. Obviously, a very tough day for them. And the COE, they're requesting all those photos from yesterday. Please send them to them. But these are all they have left right now are memories. And sadly, even the 2 young kids, it's partly memories because they don't get to see them that often. Your thoughts on what should have been the 53rd birthday. And if you missed the show yesterday, we had a new friend of Dan's on, great guy named Josh Berman. I'm always impressed by these guys who go to Harvard Law. I'm more, I don't want to say I'm impressed. I'm fascinated by them because their mind works in different ways. I could tell he was just thinking differently than the way I would think, but he was very articulate and had a lot of interesting and nice things to say about Dan, including that Dan spoke to him openly about issues with Wendy. But on this 53rd birthday, heavenly birthday of Dan Markel, what are your thoughts, Karm?
I thought we would stop talking about this particular situation, this tragedy, at one point or another. But it's a unfortunately Dan died, but the story doesn't want to die. There are still too many people who are kind of in a limbo. We don't know if they are going to be indicted or not. Actually, not too many, but two main ones, Wendy and Harvey. And for that reason, we cannot put it to rest. It's constantly popping up, and constantly either there is a hearing and the sentencing, and what is the thing that they postpone now?
A case management hearing, but there is not going to be a case management hearing. There's just going to be sentencing, and it's going to be this Monday. Now, Tim Jansen himself is questioning this, but I'm getting this from a source about as high as you can get, that it's going to happen on Monday. And I know some other networks now have began, promoting it, but it's going to be 3:00 on Monday.
On Monday, yeah.
Yeah.
And we were supposed to have. You will not mention that we were supposed to have.
Yeah, look at this. Monica wants to know: is this woman you from Auschwitz, from Germany? She has an accent like from Auschwitz. Is she a Holocaust survivor?
Who?
Monica, you, who?
Oh, it's not our Monica from the past.
No, this is a different. Yes, Monica, she is a survivor.
I was surprised that Monica is a person we know very well, and she knows me personally. I had dinner with her and her daughter, so I thought it was her. No, I'm not from Germany. My accent is Hungarian in every language.
Yeah. To some, she's a fake survivor because she wasn't murdered.
No, I am not a
not
fake.
My word, not my words.
I'm a second-class survivor,
according to some. Look at this. It was in the Tallahassee Democrat today. It is officially happening on Monday. That is the sentencing. I'm not going to be able to go to the sentencing, but we're going to cover it live right here from global headquarters, high atop Bank of America in an undisclosed location somewhere in Miami Beach. So we're going to do that. By the way, Friday's fun day. We're going to do these shows with Karm. Let us know what you think. Leave a comment. Karm reads every single comment, so let us know what you think.
I didn't. Here is what happened last time, and I have to bring this up. Last time there were a lot of responses. I mean,
hold on, stop everything, stop the presses. I'm finding this out 3 years into the show. Ned Smith, who's one of the OG chatters. My dad went to Harvard, and he was a complete goober. Goober is like a nerd, Karm, but I'm blown away, Ned, that I'm just learning that you come from this pedigree, that your father, the woman with the bun in San Antonio, what did your father, was he like a criminal defense attorney or something? Because you became a court reporter. And Ned Smith, are you equally as smart? You have that kind of high IQ, or did your mom ruin things? What happened here? Let me know. I'm absolutely fascinated that Ned Smith's father. I kind of want to see a photo of him, and also let us know if he's still with us.
When are you such a worshiper of Harvard? Harvard is a strange place because many people got in there on the merits. What is it? Legacy.
Nepotism
And legacy. And you assume that everybody who went to Harvard is verging on the genius. But can I just finish what I started to say, please?
Yeah.
Thank you. I wanted to say that last Friday, we were talking for a change about the Adelsons, and I got an unbelievable amount of unbelievably positive responses. And then I am not comparing myself with Seinfeld at all, but I saw a little interview with Seinfeld, and when he was on top of his game, he stopped after a bunch of years, and the interviewer said to him, but they offered you, the TV station offered you something insane, like $100 million for if you stay for one more season, and you walked out. And I was thinking in my little humble way that I completely understand that he walked out on top of his game, and I should do the same thing, because last week was the top of my game.
Well, Karm, right on that note, I was just going to tell you, we had about 4 times, maybe 5 times the viewership at this time last week. So your luck has run out. But these are the dedicated.
I had the intuition that would happen.
I already can't remember what we did last week, but it was sort of news.
We did on the Adelson.
Yeah, but specifically, I don't remember. Look at this. This is me, Jen and Ken. Jen Ken. My dad and bro went to Dartmouth and Yale, and I went to community college. Don't worry, Jen Ken. That I'm you of my family.
I remember meeting Jen and Ken in New York at
we met. Karm,
yeah.
can you seriously? Can you remember a single thing that Arden has ever done in her life that was?
This is not.
I just want to know. She never got caught smoking. Never got caught drinking.
Everybody has.
She's been the perfect child. No, she has been the perfect child since 18.
No. Her imperfection is that she's so perfect, and I'm not joking. Yesterday, I said you can turn in Florida on the to the right if the light is red. And she says, no, I am not going to do that. I am not. I said, you are permitted to. I give you permission. And she said to Benny, my mother always wants me to break rules.
That's true. Misdemeanor OG, and then we're going to get into this video. We're going to watch some video of Donna, and we're going to break it down. By the way, Dr. G was supposed to be here. He's under the weather, so I'm hoping Dr. G feels
That's how
better.
Joel convinced me after I had my Seinfeld epiphany. He convinced me to come back because Dr. G will be analyzing Donna's body language.
And then he bailed.
And no offense to him, and no offense to analysis of body language. I think that all of us could analyze this body language without even studying. It's so obviously dramatic and serious. I happen to saw part of it before.
Karm, look at this. This is one of our best ever mods, Julie Frew. Karm, Martina, I assume is her daughter, has made you a lovely gift. It is on the way.
Oh God, I don't know if I can deal with all this niceness. Too much already. Thanks so much.
Yeah, thank you, Julie Frew.
This is what the Julie Frew looks like. Okay.
Oh, Martina is an STS member. Okay, well, thank you, Martina. I did not know that. Karm, someone else, I forget who, they're want to visit Hungary. What are must-sees in Hungary before we get to the video? We provide travel advice.
I am from Yugoslavia. I was when I was born in this border town, which is literally sitting on the border between Hungary and Yugoslavia. That's why my parents spoke Hungarian. But the town was in Yugoslavia. So here is what happened. This is a very short lesson in history. After World War II, the border between Hungary and Yugoslavia was completely sealed. You could see it from our town. It was so close, but you couldn't cross over to Hungary. Only in 1956, there was a revolution against the communists, the Russians, who were dominating and politically occupying Hungary then. When there was an opening in the border. So I was already 16, almost 17-year-old when I first traveled after World War II to Budapest. And since then, I've been there a few times, and it's a beautiful city sitting on the Danube. They have a big lake. They have no ocean, no sea. There are a lot of beautiful things to see. And the other day somebody asked me how to make a certain food because I said I like Hungarian food. And I had to admit it to myself that I'll have to consult somebody because I don't really know how to. So there is a long list of things I don't know about Hungary, about cooking.
Let me just bring the COE here. COE, can you let me know? I only see 2 clips there, COE. Is there going to be a third? Because I'm about to start the video. I just want to know before you head out for your myriad activities of the day. Oh, look at this, Karm. He's a doll. Hello and love to Karm. Joel, any plans for attending CrimeCon 2026 in Vegas? And we'll be covering Barry Morphew. Yes, we'll be covering Barry Morphew. By the way, I don't know what's going on with Suzanne Simpson. It always reminds you of the Morphew case, but apparently her sister was arrested. I just saw a headline there, which is interesting. I need to read up on that. But he's a doll. It's going to be a tough call. I have a room booked for CrimeCon in 2026, and I want to go, but it is also my daughter's bat mitzvah right around then. So I answer to a higher authority, which is my wife. So I just don't know if I'll be able to. COE has to control. Okay, so without further ado, everybody, we have video now of Donna Adelson, day of the verdict, and we're going to start in chronological order here because it's important with her headed to the courthouse now. This is a huge thanks to G Money McKelvey, the South Carolina superstar who has her own channel, Pretty Lies and Alibis. So please subscribe to her channel. A rising tide lifts all ships, as Steve Cohen also says. COE, do I run this or do you run this? All right, COE, I can't bring it up. There we go. Okay, so this is now Donna Karm on the way to court. COE, hold it right there, please. Okay, so Karm, this is Donna getting into the police cruiser on her way to court. Now, you got to understand here, this is the day, September 4th, where a verdict is going to be read that is going to change her life for the worse forever. She is going to be convicted. How would you be feeling on your way to court? Completely out of control. It's now in the juror's hands. This is a control freak. And now she has no say about her future, and she's about to find out in a few short hours.
I thought of this, and I'm just going to be me. I don't care about show business.
Don't worry. If you're going to get canceled very soon. But go ahead.
I will be canceled very soon. That's why I said I should have stopped last Friday. Was my.
Let's go till you get canceled. It'd be great if you get canceled.
This complete loss of control, complete like handing over all independence. She can't even get into a car by herself. This reminds me, and I was not psychoanalyzed, but I know most of my life I lived thinking the reason I was so intense usually was that I thought if I make this, you haven't heard, Joel, either. If I make the right move, I'll live, and if I make the wrong move, not only I, but my whole family will not live. And I think this is a leftover from my early childhood. And I always felt that one small mistake can cost you literally your life. Nothing more, nothing less. And I think Donna made a huge mistake, huge. The worst mistake a human being can make, plan the killing and organizing the killing of another human being. Not to mention that he also happens to be the father of her very own grandchildren. And she seemed to be able to live almost seemingly a normal existence, taking her grandkids to the school, picking them up, organizing everything in her very methodical, organized way for over 10 years, with this tremendous, tremendous event sitting in the background. And this is the culmination. This is the top.
And Karm, I think if I'm reading you correctly, you talk about this often. For example, your own father, who was gassed in Auschwitz, he thought he could outsmart the Nazis because he had an optometry degree, and he told them that.
No.
Is that what you're talking about? And then they put him in the gas chamber line.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about a number of events in my early childhood that made me realize that many things hang on a very, very thin thread. And my father studied in Germany. That's where people were sent to study certain professional or certain degrees, because the Germans were so cultured and so the educational level was so high. So my father I have a diploma which is in the book. My father studied 4 years in Germany, spoke perfect German, got a degree in optometry, and he was one of the only two opticians in the town where we lived. He had a store on the main street, and he had an assistant, and he worked in that store. And when he arrived in the cattle car to Auschwitz, the train, that's where the Germans sorted out who would go to the gas chamber and who would go into a labor camp. My father was only 34, and it was very close to the end of the war. If he wouldn't have been if he wouldn't have taken the wrong idea too far, he would have probably survived. And this is why I feel that his optimism killed him. He went over to the guard who was sorting out the people, like women with children went straight to the gas chamber, and sickly looking older men also. But my father was a 34-year-old, and he went over to this German and in perfect German told him, I have this very interesting profession I learned in Germany, and I could help by doing my job. And immediately and how do I know it? There were a number of witnesses, because they all came from my town, who were standing waiting. And the German immediately put him in the line for the showers, the poison showers that killed the people. And my grandfather, who was only 54 and a big, strong man, was standing next to my father. And when he saw that they put him in a certain group, he went over to that group, and he was also gassed.
I never knew he was 50. I'm 56. So your grandfather was 2 years younger than me.
Yes.
That's hard for me to. That's hard. Karm, you really know how to embrace Friday Fun Day with Auschwitz gas chamber stories.
I tell you, I mean, this picture of Donna is certainly not a fun picture. And when you see in the end of the day how she is, you will realize that I think finally, it sunk in that there is no exit.
That one explanation explains a lot about my entire existence. Karm, one other thing, totally on.
Don't do cultural expropriation.
One other thing, totally, and we've got to go through these videos because the COE's got to go to pickup, and of course, she made it in a way that I can't. It's a theme here. The women want to control everything. There's no way for me. No, but Karm, there's someone who said that they're from Bulgaria and that Bulgaria is next to Yugoslavia. If you gave me a blank map of where you're from, I couldn't tell you a single country. And I went to a pretty good school.
Yeah, but I had in Yugoslavia in high school, we had no physics teacher, we had no calculus teacher. They just didn't exist. We had no chalk because it was right after the war. But we had the most outstanding geography teacher. And it's true that Bulgaria and Romania and Macedonia and Greece, all these places are bordering on what used to be Yugoslavia, plus Hungary, plus Austria, plus Italy, plus the Adriatic Sea. So
I'm going to look at a map. By the way, yesterday I was studying with my daughter. She's got like earth science and she was learning about density. And I said to her, listen, no one will ever ask you about density again, ever. Just learn that it's 9.8 seconds per meter, whatever the hell it is. Pen drops at the same rate that a feather drops. You don't have to know why. It's just you have to learn it, and that's it. And then you never will be asked about it again the rest of your life. To which she asked me, so why do I go to school? And I said, I have no idea. Is this? I don't know if I'm giving her good or bad life advice.
You are encouraging her.
Okay, let's play the video here, COE. Let's get this cranking.
Okay. Thank you.
Again, courtesy of Pretty Lies and Alibis.
Yeah, and that was the little brown bag with lunch.
Either lunch or evidence.
Yeah, but they did. Oh, is it just now coming? Okay.
We got you.
Somebody would have got. They're coming back with another van to get the rest of the guys too, because they need one for trial. Thank you. You too. Is your air good? Okay. If it needs to be adjusted, just let me know.
Is she wearing the
I think you're probably right. I'm just hoping it's not a midnight. 260 quarter control.
Go ahead.
Good morning. I have one on board around to the courthouse.
Here we are, arriving at the courthouse.
draw pictures. I want to draw pictures. Have something to do.
All right. I know that was super exciting. That was Donna, but hang on one sec, COE, and then we're going to pull up the next video. But so, Karm, this is pre-verdict. She does not know her fate yet. They did bring a wheelchair, I guess, just to help her into the courthouse. By the way, Karm, look at this. From S. Hughes. Life is good when Karm is on. That's $100 you just earned today, Karm. I'll give it to you. Next couple of weeks, I'll give it to you.
Okay, you keep count, Joel. No,
yeah. So, the jail. I think the jail from the courthouse. Someone in Tallahassee let me know. I think it's probably 20 minutes, is my guess. But Karm, again, this is a woman who has always been in control. You're not dissimilar to that. You like to be in control, Karm. How would you handle being stripped? Look at you looking down. That was a body language move right there. I wish Dr. G was here to read your body language. You looked down dismissively, like you were surrendering for a second. If all the control, even when you came to my house last night with your daughter and her children, immediately you're telling me what to do with the dogs. You're telling me what to do with my children. You're telling me what to do with the door. Don't leave it open. You're telling me what to do because it's drizzling outside. If all that control was stripped away from you suddenly, and this is a woman who is 75 years old, what would happen to you and or Donna with all that control just ripped out of your grip?
With me, it happened gradually. So, it's like when you put a frog in the cold water and then you heat up the water. It didn't happen suddenly. I think when she was arrested in the airport, I think she was still full of fight. And I don't know how, no offense to the attorneys, but I don't know how open they are. The same thing as doctors when you're terminal and they say, they don't tell the patient that the patient, in the past, in the beginning of my life, people didn't tell people when they were terminal.
Well, that's changed now. I think people want to know.
Yeah, but
Karm, you really know how to make Friday fun, from Auschwitz gas chambers to terminal illness.
Well, you asked me about control. The biggest giving up of control is death.
Next Friday, we'll be discussing colonoscopies and taxes on Fun Friday. Okay, so here is Donna now. This is her, according to the COE, the day Wendy took the stand and Rob Adelson, I believe. So this is not the verdict day. Let's let her rip here, COE. COE's trying to rush it too. She's got carpool.
Let's face it, that's the trial.
Gets in pretty good, Karm.
I know what you are implying.
All right, just let me know if you need to adjust the hair, okay? Thank you. Yes, ma'am. You too.
Top three.
Which one? We had a chief and we had a sergeant. The sergeant. Oh, that's Chief Sheffield. Yes, ma'am.
That's Donna making small talk.
Yeah, it wasn't bad, not long enough.
It's never long enough.
No.
Mine is too long. I lay on the bed on weekends.
Yeah. I definitely don't do that. Yeah. Got a lot of stuff done around the house. Yeah.
Two kids control. Brilliant. Simple, apparently, Judge Moon was stuck in traffic. Judge Richardson is going to be doing jury qualification. Yeah. Dr. Sullivan, do you want me to stand by with you, Judge, or you going to come take care of jury qual? Yeah, I'll take care of it, bro. Careful, I was down here waiting for my judge. I got the news as well, so. All right, I'll let you handle jury qual. Thank you.
$264 to control.
Go ahead.
One on board and route to the courthouse.
And report, thank you.
T-Mall has down there and meet just in case, right?
10-4.
Go ahead.
Is your air good? Okay.
That's what she said, is my hair good? And I was thinking,
Well, you know, it's hard to do a lot with humidity here.
Please, 321 dispatch, traffic stop.
drawing the style of it.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
After it comes out of the shower.
Mississippi, Washington, Mississippi, Washington, Texas, Sierra X-ray Mike, 4674, in Texas, SXM, 4674, the white Mitsubishi SUV. That works. Go ahead.
I think all the college kids start school back today, too. I think so. Yeah, because the first game's Saturday.
That works.
The football game.
Oh, they have football games there?
Yeah, it's FSU playing Alabama. Yeah. That's new. That's the first.
They're playing really good teams.
Well, Alabama's not what they used to be. You know, because their coach retired. Nick Saban retired a couple years ago, so.
Friday, when I was being in the back, they had sorry girls dressed up in cute outfits.
Oh, they're doing their pledges, trying to get in.
They would lines up at a fraternity house.
Now, what time did you get done on Friday? Okay. Is that when you got to go back?
Yeah.
Okay. No, that's not a bad time at all.
This will be the statements on their case.
So then it'll be the following week for the defense. The following week will do. Okay. We got a holiday Monday. Yeah.
That works. Please, 321, your vehicle is 54 current tag.
All right. So I think you can zip us into the courthouse, maybe, unless there's something scintillating ahead. All right, so that was Donna going in. Karm, a couple notable things. She starts to make small talk with the sheriff's deputy. And by the way, I mean, just imagine, forget being in another country. Imagine being in Brooklyn. You would not be getting that kind of hospitality. They would tell you to shut the you know what up. And then you go to a different country and it would be a whole different ball of wax. But she describes herself as the Energizer Bunny, but now she says all she can do is lay in bed on the weekend. She asked the deputy how her weekend was, and that's how we find this out. A woman, again, who had everything now reduced to laying on her bed all weekend because that's all she can do. Your thoughts?
What can I tell you? It is, maybe it's worse, maybe it's better, but I think the worst thing could be that she's waiting for execution. You know, that it's a death penalty case. Because
what do you mean?
I mean, like this, she's still alive. She's breathing in, breathing. What?
I see what you're saying. Sometimes you have to interpret Karm's explanations, but yeah, Karm, I would describe you and the COE as both being like Energizer bunnies. I'm maybe just a notch below that. The wheelchair might be protocol. Karm, that was going to be my question. If this was you and they offered you the wheelchair, would you take it?
Definitely, I would take it.
By the way, Karm,
I take it in the airport.
That's what I was going to say. Every time I drop Karm off or go with her now, she's in a wheelchair at the airport. It's the greatest thing. You get through TSA. It's better than Clear. It's better than anything. Having a person in their golden years, it's got its advantages. You just wheel right through. Karm, keep it up. And by the way, I took Karm to see Steve Martin and Martin Short. And even though my father passed 2 years ago, he was in a wheelchair at the end, and my mom still has his handicap or disabled placard. And Karm was too paranoid, and I was like, "We are 1,000% using this because we'll get parking right by the elevator." Karm said, "Are you sure?" She was paranoid, and I said, "We're doing it." And we parked 4 inches from the elevator, no ticketing, nothing. I said, "Karm, you're 86. Who's going to quit? It's not like you're 47. You're 86 years old." And then she calmed down.
I don't like to do that. I really don't.
Yeah. Look, Fun Friday, Cooler by the Lake. Fun Friday here, from the Holocaust to terminal illness to death penalty cases.
We can top that. We can do it more.
So the other thing she talks about, Karm, is something that you would, Karm, I didn't learn this about you till probably you were 40 years old, but you confessed to me one time that you have a bit of a hair, what's the word, I guess, like hair inferiority complex.
Hair complex.
And what is it? Because you have for those who do not know, Karm has very curly hair. Like in the 70s and 80s, and this is not a joke, Karm had a pick in the bathroom. She used to have to pick her curls, as in a pick. If you know what a pick is, you know what a pick is.
I still have a pick. I do have a pick. I'll show it to you. Anyway, that's neither here nor there.
Amanda, can you please cut that for me? just a little. So, but why have you had this inferiority complex about your hair? You look a little like Jackie Mason, but
All
I mean,
right,
the
we
hair
are
does, the hair
going
color.
into my hair because it's boring. And we should talk about cheerful things. We should talk about the fact.
Yeah. Well, let me just, because I want to round. So then she goes on and she talked. By the way, I was up there for the Alabama game, and I credit the win all to me, because since then the Noles have not played as well, and I was there for that game. So make of it what you will. But she was talking about the scantily clad college girls, which gives me a heart attack since I have a soon-to-be 12-year-old. But Karm, my point is, I'm starting to think that maybe you're right. Like, she is talking and she's kibitzing, as they say in Yiddish. She's kibitzing. She's probably going to just end up doing that in prison the rest of her life.
She's
right?
still kind of running for office.
Yes. Yeah.
Charming the populace.
Yeah. And Karm, I mean, there are a lot of similarities between you and Donna, minus the murder. I mean, you're a kibitzer. You're the kind of person that would get in there and talk about this. Did any of it strike you, like, in particular, any of it?
Nothing really struck me in particular, but I really enjoy kibitzing. I kibitz with everybody in this building, everybody.
Look at this. Joel, you really do seem lighter and brighter since the shot in the neck. They help me. I'll tell you that. I don't know if I'm lighter.
God forbid if you need more shots.
Listen, my kids have been home from school. My daughter's adjusting to school. I don't want to bore you with it's been a long couple of weeks here on that front. But
yes.
All right. So, COE, do we have the video of her now post verdict? That's like the money video. That'll be the one piece she doesn't have. I have a feeling.
If she doesn't have that, then it was all for naught. That's the classic one.
Thank you to Trix. Thank you. By the way, someone else from our hometown of Highland Park, New Jersey, reached out saying that they were from our hometown. After we get through Donna's final clip, the COE may have left, actually. I don't know. Once we get done with this final clip, it's this is like fair game. We can ask, I don't know if let me see what this is.
You know what?
Oh,
somebody here, watch this.
This is not video. This is just a still. But Karm, when you look at this photo,
no, but there are videos of this episode.
I know, but I think the COE.
This is the day of the when she's wheeled out after the
post verdict. Yeah, let me see if I can bring up the video here. Let's see what this is.
We have two videos. The first one is a quick shot of her going in. The second video, I just cut out the middle part because it's just them in transit. And then the second part is her walking into the jail. It's labeled video 1 and 2.
I don't see either. Can you play? This is now. Right, I'm not sure if the COE is playing this now. Oh, here we go. Let's see if I can add this.
I gotcha. We both got you. You're not going anywhere.
Okay, so this is after the big moment here, Karm. This is Donna post-verdict. Guilty, guilty, guilty. She's going to be sentenced to life, no doubt, on Monday, this coming Monday. But this is her right afterwards. Let's watch together.
I gotcha. We both got you. You're not going anywhere. All right. You got your hand on the handle? All right. In there. Slide you over. Get your legs in. All right. I'll let you buckle her. I'm going to go ahead and take this.
Hey, Matt, I will see you Monday.
Yeah.
We'll go down tomorrow. Okay. Get away from here for a little bit. Thank you.
That was it. Her just getting in the car. I mean, Karm, by the way, as soon as this part is over, I've got some questions for Karm, and then please, you can ask Karm anything, like we said last week.
You want to know something?
You can ask about a boyfriend. You can ask about why gravity is the same for a leaf as it is for a rock. Whatever you want to ask, you can ask. What were you going to say there, Karm?
No, that if you all saw what I think I saw, that she went in pretty chipper into the same car on the way there, and on the way back, now she literally looked like her legs were wobbly and she had a hard time getting in the car to sit down. And you could say to me, Mom, what did that remind you of?
What did that remind you of, Mom?
No, it reminded you probably the way I get into your car.
Yes, that's true. All right, let's watch this clip here.
You want to try to walk in?
Yeah,
Let me see if this is the chair coming out now. Your chair.
Okay, she's now back at the jail after the verdict. That is what's going on here. So I'll take it. This is post verdict back at the Leon County Jail. The final clip, and then get ready to ask Karm whatever you want to ask.
Don't look at
You want to try to walk in?
Yeah,
Let me see if this is the chair coming out now. Your chair's coming out now. They're coming. Okay, I'm gonna let you get that sweater off. I just can't take you in there without any handcuffs on. That's their policy. Okay.
I know.
Yeah, step right there. I got you. That's some. I had to borrow those this morning. They're blue.
Oh, okay.
Miss Adelson, lift your legs up. Hold on. Got one. Put your leg on that one. You need one female side, outside side. Go ahead and give me an override on the female side, please. Bring the chair. Sorry. $117 is in control. Don't want to female inside slide, please.
You want to try to walk in?
All right, so that was the video. Karm, I'm going to leave it open-ended. A woman who is 75 years old, not broke financially, but broke morally and in every other way now. Is this real, what we're seeing here, Karm? Is this real physical decline and upset, or is it just for the cameras?
First of all, it's a temporary thing, because you saw how she was when she was going in and how she was during the trial. She was sitting there. I personally don't feel that it is fake. Who would she fake for?
She knows
I
it
think
can't. She
she's
knows there's a camera.
genuinely exhausted by it, desperate about it, and feeling very, very weak and lousy and tired. And listen, you have lower reserves of energy when you are this age.
It's tough to watch. I mean, just adding on to our Fun Friday. So far, we've talked about the
Yeah,
Holocaust,
this
death
is all part
penalty.
of our Fun
Um,
Friday.
I mean, Karm, again, how do you think you would handle this? Would you act in the same manner, do you think?
Joel, why do you want me to handle even this? I had enough. I
Yeah.
think would handle it like her.
She's probably never going to see her grandchildren. I mean, it's possible that she will. They would have to come visit. It's going to be very difficult. But Karm, what about all this loss now? I mean, her son is in prison. Her other son is gone. Her husband is 8 hours south in Miami. And her daughter Wendy is basically turned on her.
You know what I was thinking before when she was driving from the jail to the from the tribunal to the jail, and I was thinking, you better look at those trees and all that beauty of Florida, because you will never see it again.
Here, I'm getting yelled at again. Please do not admonish Carmela for sharing her holiday. Not admonishing her. I'm just saying this was a fun Friday. I'm kind of poking fun at her.
No, I think it's like he's just making it lighter.
The Holocaust is obviously quite serious.
I think Joel is more sensitive than I am in general.
Yeah.
And I think it's for people who didn't talk about it forever ad nauseum. It's very hard for them to take it and listen to it. It's like watching Donna for the first time or watching this same scene for the 10th time.
It's tough to watch, but there it is. That's Donna's
last journey.
Well, she's got one on Monday with sentencing, and then her real last journey is going to be going to Lowell Prison for women, which is about 3,000 women. No AC, Karm.
Where is it?
Someone's asking if we could discuss hemorrhoids and root canal next week on Friday Fun Day. I
have a lot to say about those two topics. I don't.
Karm, this is what we call rapid fire questions. So I'm going to ask a question and you give me an answer. And while we're doing that, STS, if you have any, what
was your reactions?
I get like contact anxiety because then I start to think if this was my mother, like I would lose it. But you know, it's tough to watch, but as everyone here says, she has no remorse for killing Dan Markel. Do you think she does have any at this point, Karm?
Well, even if she did have remorse, what is it like your husband, like your father would say, that and $2 will get you on the subway. What good is it now to have the remorse, really?
Yeah, look at this. I don't know if this is a compliment or an insult, but Rachel D says that she would watch paint dry with STS.
No, I think she's a lovely person and she accepts our imperfections.
Yeah, here's Kathy Quinn Ashby. I think she's narcissistic enough to think we're going to feel sorry for what we did to her. That's a good point, Karm. She now feels like the victim, doesn't she? That was a question, Karm, to you.
No, I don't share that feeling.
You don't think she feels like the victim?
To make us feel guilty.
No, but I'm saying you don't think she feels like she's the victim now?
Well, she is the victim now. She is the victim now, but she became by her own choosing. She set it up that she became in the end the victim. It's not our fault that she is now in prison. We didn't make her kill him.
So let me ask you this, because I asked you before, but you didn't answer. I mean, do people like Donna, do they feel, who are these controlling, image-obsessed people, do they feel remorse?
By the way, I am not image-obsessed. I'm just controlling. I'm wonderful.
Yeah, but do you feel that she feels remorse in any way?
Why do you care if what she feels if she doesn't feel? Feelings come and go, and if she feels remorse, she feels remorse. I don't care. I care what she did, and what's happening now. That's what I care.
Sometimes I feel like I'm serving a life sentence up in my head. What does a life sentence mean? These are rapid fire questions, Karm, so you need fast answers. What does a life sentence mean psychologically for someone who once held all the power in the family? What is this going to do to her as a power broker, control broker?
Well, it will be harder for her than for a passive, shy, withdrawing person who basically all their lives they handed the authority over to somebody.
Creative chaosify. Do you think any of the Adelsons will keep in contact with Donna? I mean, I assume Harvey will. What do you think, Karm?
I think that, again, maybe I'm romanticizing this part of the story, but I think it was a love story. And I think that I will say something now. Now, as you would say, I'll get hate mail. I think Donna, his personality was such that she had to run everything. And that in a certain way, she was also set up.
How so?
By Wendy.
Interesting. Yeah, I could see that, because I feel like Wendy really is the master manipulator here. Do you feel?
But legally she may get away with it, because she just, there are these very sad stories that, speaking of sad stories, today is the day of sad stories. I read about this story, something to the effect that this girl talked this guy into committing suicide. Wasn't there once this headline?
So I read a headline, but it's enough of Donna here. Sorry. I once read a headline.
We now meet Donna Adelson.
Oh wait, let's watch this.
I want to hear all about you, Donna. Let's go.
Donna on Wheel of Fortune.
I'm a domestic coordinator.
A domestic coordinator.
Yes. I'm responsible.
Meet Donna Adelson from Coral Springs, Florida. I want to hear all about you, Donna. Let's go.
Well, I'm a domestic coordinator.
A domestic coordinator.
Yes. I'm responsible for the activities, classes, and lessons of my son Robert, who is 16, Charlie, who is 12, Wendy, who is 10, my husband Harvey, who's in the audience, and my dog Sam.
Donna.
F.
Yes.
Mischief maker.
Yeah, that's it, Donna.
I mean,
Coral
Karm.
Springs, Florida. I want to hear all.
Just watch this part again here. Watch this.
Coordinator.
A domestic coordinator.
Look how serious she is here. Look how serious.
I'm a domestic coordinator.
A domestic coordinator.
Yes. I'm responsible for the activities, classes, and lessons of my son Robert, who is 16, Charlie, who is 12, Wendy, who is 10, my husband Harvey, who's in the audience, and my dog Sam.
Donna.
F.
Yes.
Mischief maker.
Yeah, that's it, Donna.
Karm, how is she so serious about a domestic coordinator? And what happened? You didn't lose your accent. She kind of lost. Her accent's not as strong anymore.
Well, it's interesting because Ileana is also a domestic coordinator, but I never heard her introduce herself. I mean,
now you're going to get canceled. That was it.
Why? You don't seem to understand that most mothers arrange for the team playing, for the practice, for the lessons, for the school activities, for the in a certain way, all mothers are domestic coordinators, except she took hers as I don't think Ileana would ever introduce herself as a domestic coordinator. I'm using Ileana to oppose what she did, but she took it so seriously, so far, that she had to run things to the nth degree. She had to be in control of all her kids and their activities. And her husband.
It's a good point. Rach Beth Huff. Well, I'm a control freak. Aren't we all control freaks, Karm? Aren't we all control freaks?
No, we are not all control freaks. There are lovely people who are not control freaks.
Karm, did you watch our show called Game Show Killers? There are so many convicted killers who are on game shows. I just can't even wrap my head.
I watched it, and it's like a form of exhibitionism. It's like really be in the center of things, getting attention. That's a way to get on TV. What about you being a reporter? Weren't you?
It was a way to get out of my humble beginnings. It was my only way out. Misdemeanor OG. Okay, I think it is now time to pivot to some STS Nation questions for the remaining few minutes. Karm, do you think Rob Adelson needed therapy before and after he testified against his mother? I mean, he's been traumatized for sure. I don't think you can ever, every person is an individual, right? So I don't know what his mindset is, but would you recommend therapy to him, having had and having still Donna as his mother?
Yeah, I think it's a heavy burden to carry, imagining your mother in a jail uniform on a like we saw the video about Charlie, and now we have an image of what a prison cell looks like. It's very hard to imagine your mother in a cell. When my mother was very old, she lived in an apartment, in a beautiful apartment, small but beautiful. And my sister told me, "Oh, it really kills me to think that she is there alone." And the point is, even if you have your old parent alone somewhere, it bothers you. But when your mother is in a, I don't know, 6x6 jail, prison cell, that can push you into therapy, definitely. It cannot make you feel cheerful unless you're a psychopath. And I don't think that Robert was a psychopath. Or is.
Ohio Palm Mom, Karm is a gem. I'd love to see her more often. I second that. All right. It is time for questions for Karm. You can leave a comment or a question. We had a show titled Leave a Comment at one point. I'm going to go to the bottom of the chat. If there are questions for Karm, please feel free. It's at this point.
By the way, I was supposed to be here with the third person who is a professional body language reader.
Dr.
And I
G.
would really like to hear who thinks that it was fake and who thinks she was genuinely upset. Donna was distraught when she was coming back from the verdict that she's guilty on all 3 counts.
Sometimes Karm takes a while to spit stuff out, and I have to scream, "Spit it out, Karm!" And then she gets her brain cranking in double time. Ned Smith would like to know if you would adopt her. Her father went to Harvard.
She's as nice as Joel, of course.
I don't think I've mentioned this. I've written a book about my beautiful mother. It's right here, Surviving the Survivor. We're going to be speaking at the Miami Book Fair. I'll be putting dates up on Instagram at Surviving the Survivor and on Twitter at Podcast STS. It's Karm's Holocaust story, nothing to joke about, but it is a funny book. About 20% the Holocaust story, 80% her yelling at me, giving me life advice. Available anywhere books are sold. It's on Audible. Karm and I voiced it. We fought the entire time. Took many hours to record it, but it's out there. It's a gem of a book.
And the Audible is clean.
Yeah, it's clean.
I cleaned it.
I was about to go on a rant about Tuesdays with Maury, but I'm not going to do that because I just don't have the energy. Okay. Here we go. Questions for you, Karm. This is how we will round out the show. Tina Lucille, Karm, what is your beauty routine from the moment you're out of the shower? Walk us through it, Karm.
First of all, true confession.
Thank you.
I am lazy, and I don't have the patience for any kind of beauty regimen. I literally wash my face, and I literally do nothing at night because I'm too lazy and tired. And in the morning, I put L'Oreal Midnight Cream.
L'Oreal.
L'Oreal.
From CJ, do you think everything happens
Do
for a
you
reason? Do you think
do
everything
you
happens for a
think
reason?
everything happened? Well, yes. If you plan the murder of your son,
In general,
son,
we're not just talking to
I know.
Adelson.
I use that as an example.
Um,
So there are random things. There are
Karm,
random.
you need your own show. Karm, would you consider having your own show 5 nights a week at your age?
I don't think that would be feasible. Very, very fast, I would run out of content and energy. And again, I learned something from Seinfeld. Not that I'm comparing myself to him, but he said he would never, ever do it again. He says just many things came together at that time when he did it the first time. And the only time. And many things came together during COVID. And my husband was very encouraging to us doing the podcast because we saw that we were both ready for some kind of a outside the home activity and everything was shut down.
Karm, if it wasn't for me today, what would you be doing right now at 2:44 in the afternoon on a Friday?
Dubrovnik is the most beautiful place. There is a question here. Hey, has Karm been to Dubrovnik? My family is from there. I was there twice.
Where is that? Is that in Yugoslavia?
It's right now it's in Croatia. It's right on the Adriatic Sea. It's a medieval city, absolutely gorgeous, with a wall surrounding it. It still exists, big cable stones, beautiful buildings, real art, real Renaissance artists who exhibited there. If you can, I don't get any kickback from the city of Dubrovnik, but you must see it.
Sounds scary, like vampire scary. Karm.
No, it's not vampire scary. It's beautiful, sunny. The South Adriatic, in the south of the Adriatic, it's almost in Greece.
Karm, do you think Donna, being such a control freak, will refuse to attend the sentencing, or will she be there? And will she be in a wheelchair?
She will be there and she will be in a wheelchair. And I will tell you something, but one thing that we must mention. One of the things that keeps us going and getting up in the morning, I think, is hope. We have to have some hope. And Donna still has hope. She has hope that on appeal, she will get a lighter. In other words, they will drop the first item on her. What was it? The first item. What is the first item, Joel?
Wait, what? I lost you.
The first item, the 3 items, and the first item.
I was reading comments and I totally lost.
I know you were reading comments.
What? First of what? What are you talking about?
I think she's still full of hope that she will eventually get out of there.
On appeal, there's no hope.
On appeal.
People live with false hope all the time.
But they need that false hope in order to go on. And the hope is an unbelievably important part of just going on, living.
Maybe that's why I'm feeling so crappy lately. I've kind of run out. Ned Smith, Joel. Joel, you're in luck. Karm has very minimal signs of aging. This is true. Karm is, and she, I have a Bronco with the COE. We had a minivan. She drowned it in some flooding here a year ago, and I got a Ford Bronco, and Karm hops right in. Sometimes I have to push up the rear a little bit. It's
really high, and I can do it like in the morning, but I couldn't do it in the evening. So this is why I understood it.
Now this is a good question. Karm, what are your thoughts on psilocybin? Those are magic mushrooms as therapy. It's becoming more and more.
They work wonderfully.
Would you try it?
No, I wouldn't try it.
Here's another one. These are great questions from Jane Birch. Karm, Any advice with a 93-year-old mother in assisted living, not allowing anything to be changed or touched?
So don't
She,
touch and don't change. Just
she's,
go visit her.
she's also a control freak. Jane, I'll be there in what is it, 7 years? I hope not, but Karm, give up some of the control at some point.
No, but listen, this is important for her, so just humor her and be nice and do it.
Karm, I swear I read my name here. I'm not kidding. And then I reread it and it said Karm. Karm wakes up gorgeous, period. I thought you said Joel. I got excited for a minute. Here we go.
My husband said, one talent, I sleep well so far. I really was afraid after he died that I couldn't fall asleep anymore. And thank God I still can sleep.
Canine Catherine, I think reality hit her and she can't believe this is the rest of her life. I don't think you'd be aware of cameras in this situation, feeling very, very sorry for herself. Abby Crossing, I don't know if this is good or bad. So happy that I had a whole meeting and came back and we're still live. Not for long because I had a lot to drink and Mother Nature's calling. Karm, it's no joke about the prostate. No joke at all. I'm trying to take we'll save that for we'll save prostate talk for next week. Oh, look at this. This is a very good question for a therapist. And Karm, what steps do you take to escape a narcissist?
I can cohabitate with narcissists or be related to them.
She's dealing with one, it sounds like. What advice do you have for her? By the way, none of this is real.
No,
you should go see a doctor if you have real.
I tell you what bothers me more than narcissists, because narcissists, it's annoying. But what I don't like, and I think I know why I almost like wrote this live script for myself. I hate people who with no real reason do victimhood. I don't like victimhood. And it's a very interesting, somebody asked me about what do I think about anti-Semitism, and what do I think about the two people who were killed in England when they were in a synagogue. And I answered very almost paranoid, like I don't want to be perceived as like poor little Carmela. She belongs to a group of people who are persecuted. No. So I said, I played it down a little instead of admitting that it was a genuine world tragedy. And somebody wrote to me about it, and they were absolutely right, because of my fear of my own victimhood, which I don't want to live my life as a victim. So because of that, I play down the fact that two people were murdered just because they were in a synagogue. And I will go to great extent to avoid being a victim. Even with health and illnesses, I hate to admit if something bothers me because I feel like I'm playing the victim.
Karm, the beautiful thing of this is it was the one piece of hate mail you got. I shared it with you last night at your request, and now I know it's been eating away at you because you brought it up today. And you're going to say
no. It didn't eat. I like hate mail, by the way, because you learn a lot of your own reactions, what makes you tick and what doesn't make. And the person was absolutely right. I minimalized it and played it down like it's not an important thing.
Did Dad's prostate start to bug him in his 50s and 60s?
No.
Look at this. If they don't respect your boundaries with a narcissist, remove yourself. Canine Catherine says, prostate, colonoscopy, hemorrhoids. It must be Friday. That will be next week. We'll get to all of it. Black Widow, a gem of a human from the Republic of Ireland. I make them think I'm uninteresting and they don't need me. Then poof, they let you go. That is her advice to narcissists.
If they don't, if you don't let them suck you in with their performance, after a while they look for other people.
Look at this. Someone said, we love you, Karm. I'm going to have to sign off because Mother Nature won't allow me to continue on here. Everyone, have a great weekend. We're going to be back on Monday. Donna's sentencing, 3 p.m. Eastern. We will take it to you live. Then we're going to do a wrap-up show that day. And then Tuesday, I'm hoping to get a senior citizen, former inmate, to talk about Donna's life in prison. Love you, America. Karm, quick last thought, or there might be an accident in the studio.
Joel, this is so obnoxious. This is like a real infantile behavior. Why don't you get up for a minute and get out, and I'll handle the situation?
We can't do that. Love you, everybody. We'll see you next week. Karm wants to control everything, including the show. It's not happening. Love you all. See you next week. Send Karm some love mail. Surviving the Survivor.
I have to seriously watch how I'm lured back here by saying that Dr. G will be here, and then suddenly, whoop, there is no Dr. G. I was going to hide behind his back. He's nice. I know him personally.
All right. Love you all. Bye.